It's a term I haven't heard in a while. Probably means playing Dota or something.
It's time. Yeah, I know, right? It's like Guardian. But it's time to basically go to each Steam profile, check the last 2 weeks, see how many hours they've got for this individual practice.
What are we going? What's going on?
Are we live?
Here? No,
I think we're live.
I don't think we could be live because I'm. Like, Scream just stopped in the middle. He's just got his knife out. So if we're live, then always.
Well, it is live, but apparently somebody's getting DDoS. And this is Epsilon after all, so this game is probably going to be about 6 hours.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Of course.
You could be thinking this is really annoying, but there's also there's a comfort, isn't there, in knowing that some things never change. Like, you know,
some things, yeah.
You come back.
You just rely on it.
Well, actually, I think Epsilon was supposed to, as Uzi starts up things versus Starks, they were actually supposed to play one more game, or a game earlier today at 6 o'clock, which had to get postponed due to DDoS. So
yeah.
Oh my god, we might be in for a treat here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the bomb goes down for NaVi, whatever is going on. The game is live, and it started off a little bit weirdly. I actually thought maybe they'd cancelled it, and I just didn't notice because Scream was standing still. But nope, it's still going on. There was a team kill earlier. Edward, CSET 75 in hand, and still has 5 bullets left. That's more than enough to kill a whole bunch of people. If you're Edward, he's clicking them one at a time. He really does not want to waste them. But look how much time has passed, and Scream can't really help. Uzi gets the 1 kill in, but it's too late. With no kit, there's no chance of winning it. So disappointing start for Epsilon, as it could have made a difference if Scream wasn't down in the Vietnam grave knifing the wall. That's it. I want to know for NaVi.
There is someone who really hates Epsilon. There's one person who absolutely loathes that team, because this happens every time we watch an Epsilon game.
Yep, every single time. And
I
don't know.
But yeah, the impressive thing is that it's different people who get DDoS from time to time as well. It's not the same guy getting churned down over and over. I think everyone on that team has gotten their fair share of, denial of distribution.
And in France, I don't think you can replace your IP either. So if you get screwed, you get screwed.
What do you mean? Some of the customer service in France is amazing.
Stellar, right? Stellar. Customer service are doing us a favor. Remember that. Yeah.
Yes.
They went through the trouble of picking up the phone, bro. Like, that's just calm down a little bit.
Yeah. It's I don't understand French culture. I honestly don't, because what we're making fun of is that if you go to France and you try and get someone in a public place to help you with something, chances are you're not going to get that much help. But then when you meet people outside of those contexts, they're like extremely friendly and really nice and really open and welcoming. So I don't understand how that works, but it's it makes it an interesting mixture, really.
In a like friendly sense, public sense, all that, French people are great. Yeah. But as soon as it's in a work environment, all bets are off. Like, anything's possible. You could get your mother insulted by a customer service. Like, anything is possible. I just loved, it was just great working with them, because I worked with French companies for several years, and it was always just like, it felt like they were doing me a favor by fixing their mistakes, basically. And I was like,
you have been unreal. Blessed by customer service.
Right. I was just an unreal experience every time.
Well, who else was going to fix them for you? I mean,
you're right.
Yeah, I sympathize with that. I do. All right. Well, we are hoping that we will be back in action fairly soon. And if you haven't been to France already, you should definitely go. It's a really, really crazy place. Especially Paris. I've been there now twice, and I've enjoyed it thoroughly both times. Last time was for ESWC, and way before that, it was like in high school or something. And I guess I was drunk, and there were French girls and stuff, so maybe that makes a difference. But it's a good place.
That's awesome. France is glorious. It's beautiful, and I miss the food already. But enough about the food.
I think Foxshow could have probably caught that with his knees if he was really quick. Probably would have blown up his genitalia, so not a good idea. But he did take 50 damage from it either way. That was a money grenade.
Yeah, nice defense put up here by Uzi. Nice little nade there to ring Starx's bells. Edward took a piece of that as well, and the smoke goes down to force NaVi back around towards mid, so it looks like A site is going to be where NaVi might go crashing through, and there's 4 members waiting here for Epsilon. This could be a great situation here for the Frenchman.
Foxshow falling back after taking more damage, and that is it's not exactly cool. With the Deagle as well, would have been such a good kill if you got the 1 Deagle in right at the corner. Then definitely going to rattle NaVi. Now, it looks like Navi are, they're careful, but this is just their style. Like we said in the beginning, they're slow. They're so slow.
Well, the guy with the bomb is getting DDoSed.
Oh, are you kidding?
We're gonna be in for a while.
Yeah,
This is like
you
next
go.
level Navi. They just killed Zeus to get the bomb.
Oh yeah.
This is war, Semmler. If you don't get out of the trenches, your sergeant is going to stand up behind you and say, it's time to fight, and then if you don't go, he's going to gun you in the back. It's World War I right
Are
there.
we watching Hellraisers?
Uzi gets 2 kills before he eventually goes down, so it's a 2-on-3.
He said is real.
It's very real. It's back in action, but it's not going to be able to get down Seized, who took down GMX. Biggie coming in from one side, Scream looking for the shot. He's back in the play, and he's going to hit a headshot right off. And now it's a 1-on-1 bomb ticking away, and Scream does not have a defuse kit. All Guardian has to do is play smart and hide. But he goes for the challenge and wins it anyway. It's a triple kill. It says triple. One of his teammates got killed, so that's why he only has 2 on the scoreboard. I was confused for a moment. I was like, what's going on? But that's it. So another pause coming in around for Navi, and a very confusing one.
Yeah.
Oh.
This could be a really long game.
Do you guys have anything? Semmler, you have a train going home at some point, and I'm sorry to inform you, but you're not going to get that train. I mean, you're going to have to sleep in the office today.
Yeah, I might have to. Or that or a very long, refreshing walk. Refreshing being the key word. It being very cold outside.
Oh, I love the fact that Guardian and Caesar having fun with this. Like, asking if people took a day off work. Because, obviously the best of 3 on the internet is going to take at least 5 to 6 hours.
Yeah, this is the downside of online Counter-Strike. There's like a cool part of it, which we saw last time, with ESC playing Penta, a really fun game, even with Minis almost throwing it away from ESC, but great comeback from Penta. And then there's this side of it, which is the more testing side. It's the one where you want to sit like Forrest does in his chair with his legs up, and you want to hum and meditate to not get an aneurysm. That's the kind of thing we're into here.
I'm gonna have to talk to Scream though, have a chat, because he's gone and defaced his cartel with stickers. For shame.
Oh god, there's evidence on stream now as well. Oh my god, why?
Why? Just why? Scream, come on.
You can't even see what the stickers are.
It's horrible. Yeah, we're gonna have a chat.
I thought you were gonna talk about the DDoSing, but I mean the stickers are obviously more important, Semmler.
No, GMX and I have had that talk several times now, and it is pretty screwed for them.
That's so sad.
And apparently who's getting... Because I just see Guardian typing stuff in chat, and that means something bad is happening. Is it Zeus again? Okay.
Yeah, because Zeus is way back in T-spawn, not moving.
At least he doesn't have the bomb, so...
Yeah, this time around.
Winning.
This is progress.
Absolutely. Biggie, C-set 75 would have been the optimal weapon there, but he could not know that at the time. He probably didn't have money for it either way. So the bomb will go down. Zeus is relaxing, admiring the bench, and it is a nice bench indeed. GMX and Scream. Nah, 2-on-5 probably not going to work out. I mean, as a theoretical question, if they each take turns to get DDoSed, won't that make it fair? Can't we just keep playing?
Oh, you'd love that to be the case, right? But I'm gonna be the devil's advocate, or not devil's advocate, but I'm gonna be the party pooper and say that, and obviously it's dependent on situation. Zeus timing out in T-spawn is not as bad as Scream timing out in a 1-on-2 in a pistol round, for instance, that type of thing. But yeah,
okay. You make a valid point.
How to balance DDoSing?
I mean, I disapprove of the fact that we've brought logic back into the stream, but
oh yeah,
I'm
sorry about that. So I guess we could go back to being a bit more alternative about how we solve it. So how about every time somebody calls out that person X on my team is getting DDoSed, designated person on Epsilon just types disconnect and console.
Are we going to
retries when it comes back?
We could use a similar rule to this to what they did in the Dream League for Dota 2. One person with a stand-in, or the team has used a stand-in.
Oh yeah, the other team. No. Yeah. The other team has to use a stand-in. That's perfect.
Or they just have to get DDoSed.
Or they just have to, either that they get DDoSed, or they should just stand AFK in CT spawn.
ESL
they're
is
not
ready.
allowed to move.
ESL is ready to DDoS like one from the other team, so that it's fair. And then if 2 people get DDoSed, it's 4 in fact. So you keep doubling the number of DDoSes.
That's gonna be the new thing for online tournaments. Instead of handing in maybe your config or your Steam ID, you're gonna have to hand in your IP instead, just so the organizers have it to make sure that they can stabilize stuff.
Well, it's a great kill from GMX. All joking aside, that's a really important return frag because they did lose the initial entry there on Fox Show, and you don't want to be a man down. Now, they've made a sacrifice here, as you can tell. They got only Uzi covering B and everyone else at A, and it's a very, very common way to defend the A bomb site because there's so many more routes in here, and I think it's a really good idea. And obviously, we can tell by the minimap that they've made the right call here. Biggie waiting by Arch. GMX is going to be actually peeking out into the middle, gets 2 kills. Biggie on the cross flank, and Seuss... there's another bench he's found. Is this some kind of fetish going on here?
I think he's he's just considering the lovely lines of this bench. Let's all take a moment to really appreciate the architecture.
Maybe he's, just weighing up the difference between the marble bench and the wooden bench that's down by T-spawn. I mean,
pros and cons.
For one thing, if you buy a marble bench, you have to carry it out of the store, and it's just not fun at all. But the wooden bench, you can just pack it in your car pretty easily. Probably even doesn't come assembled. So
I think there's another angle that we need to be considering here, considering we're all living in Scandinavia. A wooden bench you can burn in winter. See, if you ever need to survive somehow, you get caught out in the open, you're carrying that wooden bench home, your car broke down, that marble bench, not going to do anything for you, Anders. But if you had a wooden bench, all of a sudden, you could start a fire, even in the middle of a highway.
But if you're getting attacked, and you can't really hide behind the wooden bench, right? You can hide behind there. If someone's shooting at you with an AK or something, that bench will definitely stand the shots. The wooden bench won't. So I think there's like pros and cons. It probably goes in the bench manual when you buy it. They probably list all these things anyway. So he should just order one of those online, and he'll get like the full overview of exactly what the different benches are good for. But yeah, that's it. He actually left
plan into the future as well, right?
Yeah.
Because in 20 years, that marble bench is still going to be, optimal for taking bullets, whilst the wooden bench is just going to be rubbish for everything.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and I also think marble benches probably last longer than wooden benches. I don't know if you plan on being alive for that long, but
20 years? I'm planning on living for 20 more years, for sure.
All right. I mean, I haven't planned that far ahead at all, but
I haven't planned that far. I guess I've planned to the point where I want to be alive.
Yeah, but would you want to make your bench buying decisions based on that? That's what I'm wondering. That's a hard one.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
I can't give you a definitive answer.
Okay, well, we'll cover this in the upcoming weeks. Of course, we'll stay on the bench topic and try and get some answers. Maybe interview some of the players, make sure we get their opinions. You could see, obviously, Seuss was important.
That's a big
to
concern.
He left to actually buy the bench straight away. Maybe he made up his mind. Maybe he did. That was what he just looked at the bench and said, "This is too beautiful.
This is the one."
There's a considerable. I mean, if we really have to talk about this, though, I would rate this marble bench a lot higher because you can see like the
like higher than an 8 of 8.
Wait, yeah, no, actually, like 8 out of 8. This bench is definitely rated 8 out of 8 because look at it, like the handiwork, all the lines going into it, like there's real effort. This one could have been built like by
it's like the IKEA of benches.
Yeah, this is one you'd do in like Craftworks at school or something. You'd come home and show this bench to your parents, and they'd have to sort of agree that it was pretty, but they really wouldn't like it, and eventually they'd lose it somewhere. Just it would conveniently get lost.
Bench. Like, yeah. Oh yeah, I was taking the bench out for a walk, and he escaped the leash, and I haven't seen him since.
Can we get back into the mood here? It's the 5th round. It's 3-1. It's been weird, but now Foxio has an AWP. I think that's what we need to focus on here. He's a fun character to watch with the AWP.
He's got a pretty good matchup going up against Guardian as well, although Guardian doesn't have an AWP this round. That could potentially be a very fun matchup as the game goes along.
Nice angle here from Fox, being able to hit right at the edge of the smoke, but oh, no target. That's unfortunate. That was so close to them actually walking right in front of him. Now instead, it's actually looking very likely that it's going to be a B push, although I predict that NaVi won't be going just yet because they're usually so slow that this would be a rush from NaVi, really.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect them to go before they have it. Yeah, it should be about 25 seconds left before they actually start doing anything at all.
Yeah. The problem is that if they give too much time, then the DDoS can happen again.
They gotta execute before
They
the
gotta
DDoS.
go.
Gotta outrun the DDoS.
So look at Edward here. He's actually going to Molotov new boxes in the back of the B bomb site, which is cool. Nobody's holding there, but no one can fall back, and they don't have to check it later on if they get into the bomb site. But there are 3 people holding. Epsilon have a phenomenal read on what's going on right here. There comes the Molotov in. Big thing is, can they stop them from actually getting in here? Scream killed himself somehow. Biggie goes down. That's a nice shot from Foxyo. Gets the first, gets the follow-up. Uzi's there as well. Foxyo, can he get the triple? Edwards in there, and it's a headshot to finish with. Seized all alone, coming in through Archway, and it's in a 1-on-2 with 18 seconds.
No fear, my friends. And an unmarked cartel. He's got it. Nope, never mind.
Foxyo. There it is. That's the power of having him on your team. That's what you want him to do all the time.
Hey, we're
paused again.
We're pausing.
I'm actually kind of glad because, to be honest, I thought that there's too much action. I'd like a 15-minute break if I can.
We don't want to get too excited or anything, so we could get very easily overwhelmed if we get to see more than a round in a row.
Yeah, we're really fragile people like that, so you know,
it's amazing we survive like LAN events.
Yeah, exactly. You know, sometimes just have to do what you can, but it's, you know, can't get too exciting here, or we'll just fall overboard. All right. Well, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah,
we
I
talked
wonder
about
as well.
doors. Well, are there actually different types of doors? Or
There's some,
just
there's
the
some,
same?
it seems like they're more like wooden doors.
Yeah,
there's
they
a
haven't
lot
gone
of
the
wooden
Dusty
doors.
way about it, have they?
Yeah. The dusty way, the unholy way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no.
No. Yeah, I think the doors are all they're not all the same, but they're in the same genre.
doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very
IKEA
much.
doors all around. Well then.
I mean, I wanted to talk about cars, but all the cars on this map are burned out.
Yeah.
And there's a truck as well. There's a cart, which is not really... I mean, it has 4 wheels, so there's like some sort of similarity between cars and carts, but or wagons, really. But it's not really cool, because this one you always have to move, and the other ones they can drive on their own, in case you don't know. I actually don't think any of these cars really can drive, so maybe it's the same.
Maybe the car and banana could. Even though for some reason, like
wasn't there some discussion not too long ago as to whether the car could act?
Oh, your mic.
There, the cord.
Is it the cord again?
Business.
Maybe I'm pressing this. There's a button on this mic as well. Maybe I'm pressing that. How's this? Is this better?
It's much better.
Yeah, I think I was leaning on the button. But like, some guy actually went and drove the car in there, like physically took the game and hammer or something, and just like took the car and drove it to that position to show that yes, in fact, it could actually fit there.
That's
like
nice.
The car
That's
could.
Dedication.
That's dedication to prove your point.
I love the fact that it actually turned out like it was an actual discussion at some point.
Yeah, like, how did this car get here?
I like that. I definitely like that.
So right now, NaVi on the eco, 2v4, not gonna do all that much. It seems like, especially with Uzi picking up Edward there. Bomb goes down, so Guardian alone might be able to pick up a frag.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He's definitely gonna pick up Scream.
It's great. I think even I could have pretty got that kill. So good job on Guardian's side there. Looking for the headshot on somebody. Not quite going to connect with it. Still got this AK in hand and 40 seconds. But the bomb is down in the middle, and Epsilon making a smart call here by falling back. Really no reason to fight Guardian and try and give him more kills, or even win the round.
Oh, there we go. I was about to say, are you sure you would have gotten that kill? Like, maybe if you miss enough bullets, you would have timed out from the server before you killed him.
Well, yeah, you know how I would have won this game, or how I would try and win this game against NaVi? Is if you can drive the truck in there, then it's a fair bet you can drive this APC-looking thing with the machine gun on top that's completely armored.
That's true.
I would drive that in there to stop. I don't know. I'm definitely not like I'm not trained in law enforcement or anything, or counter-terrorism, as it were. But I feel like I would have the smarts to just drive this up to the bomb site and you park it in front. That'll be it. You know, at least you got B covered, if nothing else. They stopped just a little bit too soon. Maybe.
Couldn't you just put it like sideways in the entrance to B?
Yeah, exactly.
So basically, yeah, so there's no way of actually getting in.
Yeah, exactly. You couldn't. I mean, maybe you could boost over, but the machine gun and everything, man.
Yeah, true.
Too much to handle. All right, we're at 3-3. we have another convenient pause, so make sure everyone doesn't get too excited and that we're still keeping it cool here. And getting closer to Semmler's train leaving, which I think is I think that's the most maybe we should add a timer in the corner just to track when it's too late for Semmler when he has to walk home for 40 minutes.
It could be like 24. Yeah. It could be like 24 with that countdown, right? Except instead of a bomb going off somewhere in a big city in the US, it's going to be Semmler's train leaving.
What did you say? Half past 11? Was that when you were leaving?
It's somewhere around 11:30.
Okay, let's give him 5 minutes. So, 23:35. Let's give him that.
All right. Well, you probably have to leave the office. You have to leave the office around 25, right?
I have to leave the office somewhere. What, like 45?
11:45.
Somewhere around there, if I really want to push it.
All right.
That's not even guaranteed that I'll get the train.
Okay, so that's like the absolute least you can do. So here it is. It's an hour and 17. The countdown is now on the stream. That's when Semmler's train leaves. I hope you guys can see it there.
That sucks. It's raining tonight too.
All right. Well, that's the dedication that Semmler puts into it. He's willing to do this for you guys.
#passion.
Yeah. So that's on the line as well. Apart from obviously trying to win this pretty important game. After all, you want to move on in this tournament and make it to LAN finals eventually. And on LAN, there is significantly less DDoS than here. So that's the thing as well. What else can we do?
Okay, so we sorted out the countdown. We've gotten a definitive answer on what bench is best. We've educated people about plants. I'm not really sure.
Is anybody aware that there's a BBC radio thing going on?
Yeah, the eSport thing.
It just looks so bad, man. Cyber athletes. I thought we stopped using that term 10 years ago.
The CPL, man.
When CPL went broke?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, is that Odie? Yeah,
Odie's on there.
Of course. How could you have like a British broadcast about esports and not bring in Odie?
Well, it's not even that. It's like I'm not even surprised that they're using the term athletes because they're Brits. Yeah,
gotta love the fact that Twitch is all on it.
It's all about the French and the Brits for like still being stuck 5 years ago in their mentality.
Who's on this panel apart from Odie?
No idea.
Yeah, because I have no idea who anyone else is.
I haven't checked it out. I'm not sure. I do want to point out though that if we want to expose the mainstream media to esports, maybe introducing them to Twitch chat straight away is not the best idea.
It's excellent.
Horrible idea.
With all due respect to you guys on the Twitch chat, obviously not you guys. You guys are great. But the people in the
other Twitch chats,
the people in the other Twitch chats, they tend to spaz out just a little bit sometimes, and that might not paint the best picture, I'm guessing. I have on occasion seen various ASCII spams going on that represent various things, and,
various organizations,
stuff like that. But it's not you guys. You guys are great. I love you guys. What's going on? We're still waiting for Scream. My God.
It's been a while, guys. Way to start the new year, right?
Yeah. Well,
it wouldn't since our last DDoS game.
Would we have really really gotten into 2015 without a proper DDoS game?
No, I don't think we could have felt comfortable.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the same.
I, for one, have missed it all throughout Christmas and New Year's, just thinking.
Yeah, how did you get through Christmas without DDoS?
Exactly.
No, I got DDoSed. It's my belly that got DDoSed on Christmas Eve.
Oh, that's a good point, actually. Flooded.
Yeah, man, the snaps and the ham.
Buddy F2F has joined and says hi. And
hi, buddy.
He is in a clan called Maxi Saucy. What is that?
Maxi Saucies.
I don't know what that
Maximum
means.
sausage.
Wait. Yeah. That's a source team.
Yeah, it's maximum sausage.
Yeah.
Maximum sausage.
They actually had a fair amount of good players. I think players like Lipton and Biggie have been through there at a certain point.
All right. Well, thank you.
Apparently he's
Thank
playing.
you, Buddy, for joining us. You and your Maximum Sausage, both. And now let's see if we can't get this show back on the road where it really belongs. Fox is not going to get that kill in the middle, and it does get spotted. He's going to fall back, doesn't want to re-peek and take the fight against the AKs, and you never know if you're going to stay there for too long. You might end up getting grenaded to death, so that might not be the ideal situation either. He actually wanted to smoke off apartments, but he smokes himself off and falls back. And now look at Body here. He's ready. He's going to get the first one, jumps down, doesn't fall to death, and GMX is there to pick up another food. Kills Body, picks up 2 great kills to start off with. Nice work for a standard just coming in, and Epsilon will win the 4th round.
That just sounds so right. But look at Body, he's ready.
Yeah.
My body is ready. Wow, like that's just so perfect.
Body's ready, sausage is ready.
Everything's ready.
Perfect.
Apparently for the game because we're paused again.
Right.
Yeah. Jesus.
Now it's the other team.
They're actually taking turns because we talked about that, how to make this fair, and they've actually gone, every other round getting DDoSed.
Oh my lord. Yeah. This is, like, we're slowly going insane. I can feel it. It's like a form of cabin fever, being stuck inside a Counter-Strike game you cannot get out of, and it just won't end. It's only the first map. It's only the first half. Oh my god.
We aren't even through like 6 rounds. 7 rounds.
Oh lord.
It's taken us 1 hour actually. 1 hour to get to this point.
Okay, do you remember then back in the other version of Inferno 1.6 where you can kind of walk out and around from T-spawn? Like like part of the alley is still there if you go outside the map. It kind of looks like,
Yeah, they just like put a wall.
Yeah, whoever made the map kind of like just said, "Oh, you can't go this way anymore." But in
like,
1.6, in 1.6 you can actually sort of run this whole way. It wasn't like this tight, but you can run this way and run around. I don't think it really matters for the map, honestly, but that was a thing. I just recalled as I was flying around looking.
So, like, in case you didn't know,
in
case you missed it, this was a thing back in 1.6. It also was that in Source, for that matter. It's actually weird that they decided to block it off and not just remove everything behind here, because you see it's, it's laid out.
Yeah.
So, why put that house there? And like the textures are also messed up as well, so you can see through the one side. So you'd not be able to use a boost here if Fnatic wanted to do that.
Yeah, true enough. Oh my god. Well,
I guess. Well, okay. Well, what funny tidbits can we find about Inferno?
Does Scuba Chicken still exist?
See, I checked. Scuba Chicken was not there. He's on vacation, or I guess not vacation, but on holiday. We can't really use that word anymore, can we?
No, I've had real issue with it. During the holidays when I've been emailing people and saying sorry to interrupt your vacation, and then I immediately had to sort of delete it and say sorry to interrupt your holidays, but I just wanted to ask about this thing.
Yeah. Okay, can somebody explain this to me? How do the fish and water move while we're paused, and the chickens for that matter?
I don't know. Only some of them. At least I found a couple of fish that aren't moving.
They might be dead.
Oh, they're wiggling.
They're wiggling.
Really wiggling.
Oh yeah, they're lagging. The fish are getting DDoSed.
Oh.
Too much fish food.
Nobody's safe.
Call Peter right away.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna want to hear about this.
This is where we're some. You should be in Soda Poppin's chat. Have you seen that Bible Thump PETA
No,
icon?
I haven't. But I wish
beautiful.
I had now.
It's beautiful. So if anyone in the chat is a sub to Soda Poppin, just spam that.
I'm guessing somebody probably is out of 30,000 people, or 20,000 people. Probably highly unlikely that someone isn't, but yes, the chickens, the fish. Could they add more animals to Inferno? That's the big thing.
There's one guy with the PETA Bible Thump. Homeophap. What a guy.
Oh yeah.
Cyric as well.
I see. That's good. That's really good.
That's a nice emote. Or a smiley.
Oh, here we go. Soda Poppin fans are coming out. Good stuff. That's a good stream as well. If they had to add another animal to Inferno, What would it be?
Dinosaurs.
I mean, I'm noticing something because there's a lot. There are haystacks outside the map. And there's a haystack inside the map as well, down towards.
Are you
the
gonna say
T-ramp.
horses?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying that when you have hay, what's the animal you think of, right? It's horses.
Horse and
There's
cow.
horse, yeah, cow as well. I was thinking a cow would fit in well with
Because chickens
there's
don't
some
really.
pigs too, maybe.
You wouldn't feed your chickens hay, would you? Certainly not your
No.
fish, unless you were insane.
I don't even. How would that work?
I don't know. Probably killed him. Dozier's joined now.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you added horses and people could shoot them, probably Peter would get involved.
That is true.
So that Poppin could get to use his emote at least. All right. Good
So
stuff.
I guess we're actually following the DreamHack rule set from Dream League.
Yes.
It seems like it.
Well, I appreciate that. People are saying donkeys and goats as well could fit in with the
Yeah,
hay.
donkeys. I think donkeys more than goats.
And there actually would be
But I
additional.
guess goats eat kind of everything, don't they?
They do, but
some
there is
reason-
there's actually additional food on this map. I think there are some beans here and some other beans, and
Where?
in the archway.
Guys.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
how there's a dog that will bark at you or like
Oh,
growl
yeah,
at you
yeah,
up in
yeah.
apartments, right? I
Yeah.
can just picture it when you're going up Banana, like some random ass donkey just, like as you go walking past.
That was
I
actually
can
really
hear
fun. Like in 1.6, you had all of these sound cues that would trigger if you did certain things. So on train,
Oh, the airplane.
no, not just the airplane. Yeah, you had the airplane, and then you had the birds that would chirp if you
Oh,
went
yeah.
towards alley, and if you didn't crouch under a certain part of the map, you would activate the chirps, which could be heard, which is absurd. And same thing with Aztec with the thunder.
Yeah.
On Aztec, every time we would go up, isn't it? Every time we would go up the, well, I'm not really sure what you would call it, but like the I guess the ramp up from the river up towards the middle area.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thunder would always go off. That there and on the bridge.
It's true. And what I like the most about that part of the story you just told is that I was observing a chicken in the meanwhile, and the chicken's kind of like it's tilting its head, and it's almost like it's listening to what you're saying and trying to figure it out, and it's agreeing halfway through. You can actually
haven't you
almost
heard
have a
that?
conversation with this chicken, I think. Look
Well,
at it.
well, you know, if you spend enough time playing CS, you automatically become a chicken whisperer.
Oh, that does sound intriguing. Yeah,
Sounds tasty.
this chicken doesn't look that dumb. Actually, it's like
Doesn't look that dumb. That's a nice thing to say.
it might.
That was the best compliment you can come up with.
No, it looks sophisticated, I would say. It's like it knows what's up. All right. Have we got the pause still going on? We're still descending into the absolute depths of insanity here on Inferno. And there seems to be no way of getting out of it.
We've been through worse before, though. I still remember that game versus it was
Was it
LCN
Copenhagen Wolves?
Copenhagen Wolves. No, it was. I think they were 3D Max at the time.
Oh,
it
yeah.
was Pimp, IZ, Rawls, like that Danish team. Actually, I think they were 3D Max versus LC.
Yeah. Oh,
There was that, but I remember NaVi qualifying for Gamescom, dude. You
Oh,
remember
yeah,
that?
yeah.
You remember that? Like
Yeah.
Seized and Zeus tag team every other round, like the 3-hour-long Inferno map.
But that was just 3 hours long. We actually spent like the best of 3 with 3D Max and LC took 6 hours for us to get through. It's either 6 or 7 hours, and 5 of those hours were on Inferno.
okay, we're back. Semmler's timer, the timer when Semmler can no longer catch his train home, is about 1 hour and 4 minutes. So it's on the left-hand side of the screen, guys. That's to count when Semmler is officially screwed and has to walk home in the rain because of the DDoSing. So we're keeping an eye on that. And we'll celebrate at some point if that happens, definitely. It's rifles all around for Epsilon. It's mostly pistols. Actually, all pistols for NaVi. No armor, no grenades. There is a Deagle and Edward, though, and that's cause for a bit of a celebration.
Some?
I mean, especially if
is
you
a
can hit a
sight
headshot.
Yeah, that is a sight for sore eyes, for sure. Hopefully you'll get the opportunity to use it.
Can he deliver, though?
I'm actually perfectly fine with him baiting out a teammate or two for a 1D.
One try. It's strike one. He wants to get over here. He knows Fox Show is somewhere. That's actually a great entrance coming out from Seized. If he can get down Uzi as well, that'd make things very interesting. But Uzi is currently looking there. He does get shot down very low. He does not have head armor, so actually One bullet here is potentially quite lethal, but now Foxio is covering the crossover, and if they try and make their way in, he could be picking them out of the sky. He's got a really good angle here. Again, they don't have grenades to try and deal with this. Instantly takes down Starix, and scopes up again. It's just waiting. They are getting in here. They could get the bomb down. This is 3-on-4. He misses the shot. Uzi's coming in as well. Foxio mid-air on Dosha, but Uzi dies, and now they have an AK in hand, hiding in that corner. It's a great shot from C's. It's now a triple kill. He's almost single-handedly opened up this bomb site and is going to try and see if he can win the round for his team as well. Edward hiding in construction. And GMX.
Oh, look at GMX. Yeah.
No. It's not. I'm not 100% he's DDoS. He could be cooking something on this stove. Don't call it early. Yeah,
Wait,
he went to the fridge.
Refreshments?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, back.
Washing his hands.
Gotta get the condiments.
Yeah.
Getting more. And now, well, obviously now things are cooking, so he's just waiting.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. Don't worry, guys. Don't panic. That's definitely what happened. We've got to figure it out.
Yeah. How many rounds does that take to...
I'm sorry?
How long does it take for, his meal to prepare? Does it take several rounds? Does he have to come back in 2 or 3 rounds to pick up that food?
I mean, that's like that stove looks really old, so I'm guessing it takes a while to heat up. I'm even like, this could even be the sort of stove where you would need a is it like a gas powered one? Is it like I don't know, there's like something going into it from the side. Is the power line? It pretty is. All right, so it's not like you don't have to put wood inside, but it could actually be one where you have to put like some wood inside.
But then he would have to go like all the way to Banana before he went back.
Yeah, probably going to take a couple of rounds, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay,
so we're back.
Alright, it's really, really quick. I guess GMX will have to check in on his cooking later on to see what's going on here. In the meantime, NaVi did win the round. DDoS or no. This time it worked in favor of them. Other times it maybe hasn't. Body trying to do a shoulder peek up in the apartments with his knife out, because you strafe faster if you do it, and maybe you didn't know that, but now you do. And he just wants to see if someone's there. Now he's spotted them, he's going to fall back and wait. And the rest of NaVi are moving up towards top of Banana, where there are 2 people holding for them. Biggie shooting through the smoke. We heard the sounds of a chicken being exploded in the background, but that's about the most damage NaVi has done so far up here at top of Bananas. Going to be another grenade raining through, but NaVi no longer care. They want to go for it. Cease goes down. Uzi is standing in fire, and he will burn to death. Now, Biggie coming up with the kill. He's got 3 bullets left. Gets a chance to reload, and Foxio has also shown up. Right now, Dosha is the only one left. He's a stand-in, and he's in a terrible 1-on-4 here. This is not looking good.
Not an ideal situation to be in. At best, you can pick up a few frags, I suppose, to hamper Epsilon's economy from building up, because Epsilon don't have a lot of money to work with from the get-go, so anything would help. But Epsilon puts a quick stop to that.
And Dosha did stand in fire from like 80 health down to 20 something, so that's real dedication. Just making sure he wanted to get the kill if anyone was pushing him. Seized going for the casual eco AWP. What do you think, Ven?
Okay, so I'm a big fan of the op eco when you're playing matchmaking or face it or goofing around, but not really sure how effective it's going to be versus a fully kitted Epsilon. But we've seen stranger things happen, I suppose, and Season's not an unknown to the op, nor is Guardian.
Do you feel like it matters that much just in this case, though, seeing as how it really is just evening out the money? He's dropped down to like $1,000.
Yeah, that is true. But then again, you could have also saved, because it's a pretty hefty investment with the armor and all of that good jazz. So maybe get 2 drops, for instance, at a later stage of the game instead.
Great action from Foxio here. That's really impressive. That's 4 kills now. He just needs Guardian for the ace, and even though he's only up against pistols and a 1-up, it's still not bad at all. Guardian flashing his way in, and he shoots a little bit too soon. Guardian not going to miss the chance, and he has a chance for a reverse ace, but it's not going to be the case. He will end up falling down, and yeah, looks a little bit drunk up against the window there. That's 6-4 now, and Epsilon will win the round. They did lose a bunch of members, though.
It did lose quite a bit, and you can see Uzi's taking the hit there, down to $100. Actually, it's only Biggie, really, who has anything to work with if they were to lose this upcoming round. Luckily for them, though, it's not like NaVi are in a much better situation. You can see Seized is... Even though he evened out his money, he evened it out so much that he's actually forced to go with the Galil now.
So, smoke going off the top of Banana. We saw that from a CT spawn being put up by GMX, and I'll make a comment about the positioning of that smoke in just a second. But Body's up here waiting. He is from Maximum Sausage, a stand-in on the French side, and with a really great clan name as well. Been doing just fine so far. Uzi going to take down Edward, and now GMX coming up underneath the canopy here by Quad. It's going to be all Guardian alone here. 1-on-5. Not much of a chance at all to make it out alive, and certainly almost no chance to even win the round. So he's just hiding in the back here, but they know exactly where he is, and they should just group up and overwhelm him, essentially.
I mean, there isn't a whole lot of hope for Guardian, really. 1v5. And they're boxing him in slowly but surely. He's literally stuck in this passage. There's the pop flash. Guardian tries to run, and he gets herded right back into the waiting arms of Biggie.
Alright, so the smoke that was put up by GMX lands at the top in front of the car here. It's not that it's rare or uncommon or anything, it's just that NIP have started really specifically to smoke off this part and not the bottom of Banana, which used to be really popular. And I'm just trying to track how many teams start doing the top smoke instead of the bottom smoke, because that's really, I want to say it's like a change in the meta game, but it's signaling a change in the way that people might be holding in Banana just a little bit differently. So keep an eye on that, guys. It's worth knowing if people smoke top or bottom, because it just means they play slightly differently according. So another eco coming in from NaVi, and not really much being accomplished so far.
We'll see if they're able to do some damage here. They're pushing down Banana a little bit. Body trying to get some shots out onto Doja. That's going to force him towards GMX, who gets overwhelmed. So now, all of a sudden, NaVi have an M4 to work with. They have something to do some damage with. Guardian doesn't need a rifle. Gets the kill with the P250.
Oh, Edward and Doja shooting at each other a little bit. Confused about running into each other in apartments. The rifle, cool. And actually, yeah, they're going to steal the AK as well. 2-on-3, and plenty of time left for NaVi to get something done. They just need, if they can kill Uzi now, that'd be big. Or if they can get Foxio being beta actually here in the archway.
I'm slightly surprised by the stubbornness of the NaVi squad, because they keep on going towards the middle area without smoking off FXO or Foxio, and he's constantly, mowing them down. He's at 19 frags now. So I would expect them to do something about it. And this is a tendency that a lot of teams have versus a lot of good operators. You can see it. Well, the same thing happens to Guardian a lot of the time as well. When they just hold that angle, a lot of teams just continue to work, run into them over and over, and basically just feed them a ton of kills.
Yeah, that's not what. It's not exactly what they need to do right now, NaVi. 4 rounds is alright as a start here on Inferno, but because they also want the pistol round and everything else, I think they'd like to get up to a little bit more, 6 or something like that, just to feel confident.
If they get up to 6, I think NaVi are going to take this one. That's the scary thing. I think they're towing the line right now. It's up to Epsilon now to lock this out 11-4. If NaVi get up to 5-6 rounds, it's going to start getting really scary for Epsilon going into their T-half.
Edward jumping through, looking the wrong way. Quick 180 spin, but it's not going to be quite enough, and now they're going to fall back. Uzi, gets that kill, but Biggie's the one defending the B-bomb site. They briefly fall back and then reconnect with the A-bomb site, where Foxio is holding with the AWP. Starix goes down first. 35 seconds left, and it's a 2-on-4, looking very unlikely at this point, especially as Doja is going to take a bullet to the face. Guardian decides it's not worth it. He has the AWP to try and save, but even that's going to be really tricky, and Biggie will take him down, so 9-4.
Not much to say.
No, not much to say. It's really,
Yeah,
really clear cut. Just NaVi kind of walking into a very slow kind of blender. It's more of a hand-powered blender than our usual electric variety.
Old school one.
Yeah, it's Epsilon just elbow grease. There you go.
Oh, that sounds painful. Foxio, though, he's definitely not the slow type of blender. He's just quick and precise and effective right now. He's got 22-1-6, and that's actually a pretty uncommon scoreline for someone who's just in the 14th round. Pretty damn impressive here from the French AWPer. 5-on-3, and it seems like now 11-4 is definitely not out of the question for Epsilon.
Yeah. I think GMX is experiencing some issues. Or just has a very alternative way of folding mid.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely no cooking to be done there, so I'm not sure what he's doing. Over at the other side, it's Uzi picking up two really good kills. Guardian going to get shut down as well. And, GMX, he's lost.
I think
it's hard to play with 800 ping, to be fair.
Hard, but not impossible.
I mean, GMX is definitely trying. You might need to aim the right direction, but, you know, if he was standing under quad roof, he'd have a really good angle for Arch. Is that something?
I feel like the best way of killing people with 800 ping is probably through grenades. Like, hope that you time it right, you do some AoE damage.
Yeah.
You let less precision involved. Otherwise, auto shotgun negative might be run and jump and hope that they can't hit you either and that you're lucky.
My gods.
Yeah. I mean, you have to, these are professional players. You have to keep your head in the game and just power on. See if you can't make it work anyway. And just to your attention again, guys, here, Semmler's timer is down to
50 minutes?
Yeah, 52 roughly. So
okay.
Joy.
We're running out of time, Semmler. This is the clock that counts when Semmler's train leaves from the middle of Stockholm. So he has to walk home in the rain instead.
Is it raining or snowing outside now in Sweden?
You see, if it was snowing, if it was snowing, I would be pretty happy. I mean, I wouldn't mind it at all. But it's
snow is pretty
raining
nice.
in the middle of January. Like, what the hell, Stockholm? I didn't move here for rain in the middle of January. I wanted big fluffy snowflakes. I wanted a land of white. Now I'm getting just ugly ass shiny gray. It sucks.
Oh well. That's how it is, man, and it's all because of the DDoS. I mean, I don't know if DDoS is responsible for the rain, but certainly
for global warming, DDoS, please stop! You're ruining the planet.
Something like that, certainly. Oh.
Yeah, they're ruining my world, though.
Okay,
'cause my world is CS, right?
All right, he's trying to fix it. It'll take the most 5 to 10 minutes. So, I mean, I believe in that, certainly.
On the 15th round.
On the
Just
15th
play out the
round
15th round, give them 10-5 and fix it in the halftime, I guess.
I don't know. If I was Epsilon, I might not go for that. I'm disappointed you can't read what the cash register says in here. I do have like a serious question like this, and again I'm no expert on this topic, but if you go to Archway and the whole the booth that's right here, the door actually doesn't go anywhere. So how do you get into your shop? You have to crawl through the window. That seems like, your vegetables and stuff, you're gonna get your feet and hands all over them. That's not really. It's just weird, isn't it?
The door doesn't.
No, you go on the other side. There's no.
Oh.
It's a fake. It's like a fake door.
Oh.
It's a pretension. You're just pretending to have a door in your shop.
Is there might there be an entrance through the roof? No cellar even.
No, there's no one. In fact, it's close to the most boring shop imaginable. Really, it has like a light bulb with no cover on it. So and only one of the light bulbs work.
I don't even think the cashier thingy is actually plugged in.
Oh no, it doesn't. Maybe I don't know. Could they be like non-electronic? No, it has like.
Yeah, you see the outtakes. Yeah.
There's no monitor to it either. They actually did put in like a VGA input. I'm pretty sure that's not a DVI one.
Yeah, that's a VGA. I mean, notice that the thing, or I guess the table it's sat on is actually invisible from an angle.
Oh yeah, that's true. So it's
a floating cashier thingy.
Yeah. It's essentially a low-budget but also magical shop, this one. So
yeah.
Interesting.
It's all in one.
It's a good combination.
Okay, so what are the different things they're actually selling here? I think we can make out some of it, but okay, so if you were to take a wild guess, would you say beans on the, I don't know.
I would say green beans, other kind of beans next to them.
Are you going from the start now? Like from, okay, yeah, here.
The one that's
from the
425.
window?
Yeah, 425.
You mean 420?
It says 25. Oh, yeah, whoa, I see.
Hey.
Yeah, and all right,
okay.
Beans. That could also be like a euphemism.
Wait, do you think it's green beans for 425?
Yeah, green beans. I'm gonna call it. It could be peas.
Sweet peas?
Sweet peas. All right, yeah, all right. We'll settle on sweet peas.
Okay. Next thing, that has to be beans, right?
225 beans, definitely.
Yeah, it has to be beans. So is it
Then-
more beans behind there?
Yeah, I think those are actually all the same beans. So
That's a lot of beans.
Beans?
yeah, I don't know what kind of audience he's catering to here. What his customers are like, really. Tomatoes are definitely. I mean, those are easy. Then the other ones are. I know what the name is, but I'm not sure I pronounced it correctly in English.
Aubergine, is not right?
Yeah,
Something
exactly.
like
The
that, isn't it?
aubergines. I'm not sure if that's how you really say it, but
Well, now it is.
now it is.
Totally made it a thing.
But I think actually, aren't they supposed to be a little bit more black in it? I mean, I think these might be too ripe. I'm not sure.
Maybe it's the lighting. Who knows? I mean, that one light bulb is, giving off some pretty heavy sun rays. So that could be it, or light rays. Might just be there. I guess can we see from the backside?
Someone's
one of those
saying
pretty black here.
The chat is spamming eggplant.
Eggplant. Oh, of course.
No, that works.
Yeah. Eggplants.
All right, that's easier to say, right? Eggplant.
Plants are definitely. Yeah. Okay.
I'll go with it. Well played, chat. You win again. Yeah,
It's the same
I think
thing,
we
right?
covered that.
Yeah, eggplant and aubergine is the same thing.
So if you caught like either a chicken or a fish, maybe you take some eggplant and some beans, some tomatoes. You could make some sort of dish out of it.
But if I'm making a dish, I would call it aubergine because it sounds more fancy than eggplant.
Yep, I agree. Eggplant sounds weird.
Yeah, it does. And you would expect this
What's
to be
about
like
eggplant, yo?
you would expect it to be an egg from a plant, right? Not
Yeah.
a purple thingy.
It kind of sounds like something you've made up yourself, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go with aubergine.
Okay, now something of interest is actually happening in this game of Counter-Strike that you have all been so lucky to witness. It's Foxio and Guardian, both with an AWP, and both somewhat headed towards the middle, although Foxio is going to throw out a flash before he actually goes to the peak. Guardian is there, but Fox is not going to catch him, so they're both going to fall back. But it's great to see this battle between the two Orbers. Always a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed in that, Anders. You got me so excited for a second there, and then nothing happened. What the hell?
That's what I'm all about, Semmler.
Building up the hype.
Oh no, Fox! How did he not get that shot? Guardian showed his face and winked at him and then ducked right under the bullet and somehow stayed alive to get the kill. Edward also showing us some parkour in the middle before he takes down GMX, which leaves Maximum Sausage Body going down inside the pit. This is looking like a perfect round coming out from NaVi, except for the fact that one of their members has been DDoSed, but otherwise, it's looking great here. Uzi not going to get no-scoped by Guardian, but it's a 1-on-3 for him to try and bring it back. And unless a lot more people are DDoSed on NaVi, I'm not sure this is going to work out.
Oh, it seems to apparently DDoSed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the body is also having issues because he went up to 200 ping all of a sudden.
All right, can we at least determine that the DDoSer is like, this is at least not like a racist DDoSer, because he's like targeting people of all regions.
Yeah,
we just want to point that out again.
But I'm really confused as to like what's he DDoSing for? Because if it's the same guy and he's DDoSing both teams, like what?
Okay.
What?
All right. Wait. There's no way to confirm this. It's just a theory, but it could be that the guy who has been DDoSing has actually enjoyed our conversation during the downtime and really wants to hear more. So
I never thought about it.
Every time he stops the game, he's like, "These guys are good." I'm getting.
I need to know more about ferns.
Ferns and benches and different dishes and different stuff like that. It could be.
Could very well be.
I mean, it's not out of the question that we'll do a talk show on these topics, but it's I would say maybe we can do it outside of a Counter-Strike game. That would be good.
Would it be the same though? Well, we could, you could just fire up a demo from like the most DDoS game in history of CS:GO and just have that running in the background.
Huh. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
To get us into the right mood.
Semmler's timer still ticking away. It says 44 minutes left until it is literally all over.
Is it gonna get to the point where Sem actually has to sleep at the office?
Dude, if this game continues this way, it's not going to get to that point.
It's no point in going home if it actually continues to this, because we're gonna be done about when it's time to get up, really.
No,
8 a.m.
we're just gonna be done. Like, this game is gonna get canceled or something, or basically one of the teams is gonna forfeit.
Soon, DM. Well, it would be kind of comical. Well, maybe for me and Anders and everybody watching, but not as much for you though. If the timer runs out, like bam, it's just like the train has just left the station, and seconds after they decide to call it. That's it.
I mean, I think Christopher Hitchens once said, "A joke isn't a joke unless it's at somebody's expense." So we'll keep that in there. We'll keep that in there. Someone has to be the victim. Well, we on the upside, on the half glass empty, as I think George Bush would say, we've at least made our way through the first half, ladies and gentlemen. We've now come to the second half. Of course, we do have another DDoS break before we really get to it, but there's something going on here. Something's working.
We're nearing the end of the first map.
So definitely.
Are we really?
Well, we're closer now than what we were 45 minutes ago. So progress is apparent. It's just taking a very long time.
Yes, we could break a record for longest best of 3 of all time. So there's that to look forward to. I don't know if Guinness Book of World Records take up records on Counter-Strike matches yet, but maybe they could.
I think we'd get it. I think we'd beat out every other esport game.
If we keep going like this, we probably would. Actually, I mean, for longest game total, I'm not sure, because have you ever seen a Hearthstone tournament? They tend to be quite
hardcore.
long.
But still, like,
hardcore.
That one game, the one qualifier for Katowice was longer. The 3D Max LC game that was actually longer.
I have a fun time whenever we go to different events, and I feel like when we get to that like 1-2 in the morning kind of thing for Counter-Strike, and have to get up the next day at around 8 or 9, you feel like, oh, I'm only going to get like a couple of hours of sleep. And you exit the venue, you're going home, you're thinking, all I have to do is get home, get to sleep, so I can sleep my 5 or 6 hours and then back to the venue next day. And then you see the Hearthstone people like in the middle of their quarterfinals, and it's only like the first set out of 10, and like they're just, they're never going to leave, and it's kind of funny,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, DreamHack Stockholm, dude. They were going until like 4 or 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Like, how brutal is that?
I mean, I don't know. I'm glad it's not me, to be honest. Also because that game is at least like, I'm sure it's like a really good game because so many people are playing it. I haven't played it myself, but in terms of like excitement levels, it's not like constant action, is it? Like sometimes you have to wait until something really unfolds, right? You need someone to develop their plan and execute the right order of cards and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, basically the most hype thing about Hearthstone is the RNG part, which kind of makes it the most hopeless game to try to play competitively. Because if there were determined outcomes to everything, like if you had everything laid out, then where would I guess the magic in it be? If you could just see the outcome, like, oh, this guy has these cards, well, he has won.
He's won.
So the RNG kind of has to. That's what creates excitement in a lot of ways, and you don't want RNG in a competitive game, or not to that much extent.
No, I agree, but I don't know how many people are playing Hearthstone, right? It's like 20 million. Or
20 million or something.
Like an absolutely insane amount.
Yeah, they've like gone live with Android now. So it's like iPad, Android. Mike from DreamHack, he's like, yeah, man, I've got my $400, my $400 Hearthstone machine. I'm like, great, bro. Just get those pads.
Hohex in the chat is asking, what's the timer for? So if you're new and just joining the channel, this timer right here is the clock that measures when Semmler's train leaves and he has to stay at the office or walk home in the rain because of the DDoS. So we're now at about 40 minutes until Semmler is officially screwed. That's what we're counting down to here, because it's been a rather long first half in a best of 3, mind you. It's taken a while, so we had to do something. And right now we're measuring the time until Semmler is the one. I think I have a dentist appointment at around 9 tomorrow morning.
Ooh.
So good luck with that.
That could be the next timer. If we're gonna be here all the way until 9, I'm gonna be the next victim.
Oh yeah, I'll probably have to leave, right? To get to the episode, it's gotta be like at 8. You have to go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Well, we can definitely set up a timer for that as well.
All right.
I'm not doing anything at all tomorrow, so you can just set like an unlimited timer for me. Mine could go up while yours count down.
You're gonna be, you know, our one guy standing up against the DDoS all day, all night.
Hell yeah. It does take away from my deathmatch time though, so that is a bit of an issue.
10-5, and we're moving into the 16th round, where which is also known as the second half, really. The pistol one coming up, and it's a pretty important one, especially for NaVi. 5 rounds is all right. Could definitely work with it, but if they win the pistol round, it looks all of a sudden a lot better. And NaVi are pretty good at playing the CT side of Inferno as well. They're definitely a strong team, so don't count them out yet. They do have Dozier as a stand-in, and Body, who's a stand-in on the Epsilon side, is just been a headshot. That's a nice headshot from Starix. Just quickly peeks back and forth. GMX looking the wrong way. Oh, the 180 turn on Edward. I'm pretty sure GMX should be dead. And now they're going back to the A-bomb site. Guardian, he sees it coming, but can he stop it? Looks for the
He
kill.
seems to be able to take the fight. He's going to get overwhelmed, but he bought enough time. It looks like he's got all 3 members from his team have rotated over from the B site. They're going to be closing in, and Biggie is very low on HP. GMX is down to half HP now. It's going to come down to solid defense here from Epsilon.
The one big problem here is that all of Epsilon is actually inside the bomb site. That's very unfortunate if you're trying to defend the A-bomb site like this. It's really hard to keep all these angles, though. Fox Joe will pick up the first kill here. GMX in the background looking for one. Dozier now. Last man standing. 1-on-3. Gets 1. Gets 2. Looking for the third. He's not got the defuse kit. He gets the shot, but...
What?
I'm not sure there's enough time here.
I think he's got it. No, he doesn't. Wait.
Oh.
Wait. No! Dozier!
Oh, what a comeback into the round. 1-on-3. What do you think, man?
If you're Biggie, you're gonna be hating yourself right about now. Because Biggie was posted up on the side with 6 HP in their corner, and he basically just continuously jumped after Dozier for no good reason. So it kind of gave away that kill too easily, and as you saw, you just needed, you know, a millisecond more for that to go Epsilon's way. But nonetheless, really, really good job from Dozier. He's definitely making his, you know, his impact felt, being a stand-in for NaVi right now.
Seized, spotting a couple of people out. He's actually going to go fight all of them. That's a little bit risky. So, alright, Starix in the back here is going to take a headshot on Fox Shield. There is a concept, you know, when you peek, you can either do like a narrow or wide peek. And doing the wide peek like that is really dangerous. You walk out this far, you expose yourself to a really big angle from the terror side, and it can be hard getting back, and especially with the tagging that's involved in the game now, where you slow down as you get shot. So that's a really big risk in a round like that. But it works out perfectly for Seized. But I'm surprised he went that far in the peek angle. But cool, it works. Fox Show down the middle, the AWP stat track, Electric Hive, and yeah, it's a pretty quick AWP pickup, especially on the terrorist side, but I'm not surprised that he's picked it up. On the first half, he got a whole bunch of kills. He's at 26 right now, so almost 10 kills ahead of everyone else in the game, 9 kills ahead of Guardian, who's the closest person, and Diop was a big part of it, so he should just keep doing that, I think.
Yeah, the one thing is that Epsilon always rely, or not always, but definitely when a Foxio is on point for them, they rely heavily on him to give them the entry frag. So if NaVi don't peek Foxio, essentially, if they just make Foxio walk up to them every round, it's going to get real tough for Foxio to create opportunity for his team.
And at that point you're making right there.
What?
Wow. Starix with the nice victory there.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, but with the point you were making, exactly, like, Epsilon are having a hard time finding openings unless FXO, for instance, or Scream, if he would have been on the server right now, if they create openings for them. So I'm actually curious to see why NaVi decided to play so aggressively in Banana.
Oh, it's like Banana, maybe, with the flashes, smokes, all that jazz, but yeah, I get you.
Yeah, because I would rather, yeah, as NaVi just makes Epsilon into minced meat. I think it would have been easier if you want to deny entry picks from the other team. It's easier to just basically post up on a bomb site and, you know, use your smokes and flashes to basically hold people off until they have, well, no more time left to actually do anything. It's something we see all the time, especially versus a team like NaVi, because they don't put enough pressure quite often on opposing teams to use nades. But yeah, if that's something they Epsilon struggled with, then NaVi should definitely take that into consideration as they pick up 2 frags here.
Not that bad. Dosha charging through the smoke, and it's going to get punished for it. That's unfortunate, considering his incredible save in the last round there. A little bit of a mistake, maybe giving Epsilon a slight edge here. Edward will take the bomb carrier, though, and that's a big deal. Biggie through the smoke. Oh, it's actually Foxshow coming in from the side. Gets the 1 kill. Starix trying to make it out. 12 health. He's going to go down. Biggie with the triple, but obviously Foxshow saving a little bit as well. Just coming in from the side to get that kill. It's going to be 11-8. This game is all over the place, I would say. I don't think NaVi should have lost that round at all.
No, they really shouldn't. And the guys pushing down aggressively from Banana for NaVi kind of just gave up their lives for no good reason.
Very silly indeed. The 20th round. I'm not sure, I mean, I don't think NaVi can afford to lose this round, really. They're going to be ecoing a lot if they lose this round, and Epsilon could probably, you know, put themselves at 13-8, which would be that'd be an uncomfortable situation if you're on the NaVi team. So it's time to put an end to the French madness here if you are on the NaVi squad. It's looking like it could be a bit of a push-in, and with that opening from Uzi, does get returned upon by Starix, but Starix is also somewhat low, and are they going to go for it?
Woo! Guardian is so close. He already tagged 1 through the smoke, but it's going to be B-side push coming in. Doja's on the other side of the smoke, but there's already a man in pool. That's Biggie. He's going to be trying to work his way onto that site. Starix, standing his ground, tells Body to sit down. And Foxio misses his shot as well.
Oh, Doja burned to death after he got the kill on Biggie there, so that was interesting. NaVi won the round 11-9, and now instead it's going to be Epsilon ecoing, and NaVi still in the game. And I would say even with a pretty good chance of actually winning from here on out. I think it's going to be really hard for Epsilon to find the last 5 rounds that they need. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. Absolutely. Don't think there's that much more to expand on.
Alright, well in that case, we'll have to find out how Epsilon are going to deal with it. They do have just a couple of flashbangs here, and a little bit of armor on Foxshow, just because he's really evening out the money. He's still got more than anyone else on his team, so he might as well spend a few dollars on that. And he's going to, well, if they can flash their way through and get the opening kill and get the bomb down, that would make such a big difference for them. That'd really give them something to work with in the upcoming round.
They need to be very careful right now. That's all they cannot afford to be giving up frags to these pistols, even though Epsilon are getting close. It's going to be a great crossfire between Seized and Doja. Perfect shutdown on mid. And Biggie's the only man left here with the bomb coming out of apartments, but he's pinned down in pit, and Seized is going to basically put him to rest.
11-10. 22nd round coming up. NaVi bouncing a little bit back, and they have a somewhat decent economy, at least enough that if they lose a round, they can still make the buy work. AWP on Guardian. He's not quite catching up to Foxio yet, but it's still possible that he could eventually. Doja showing us some nice action with the butterfly knife, and you can kind of already tell, I think, that Epsilon are a lot faster on the T side. Like, they're not the fastest team in the world. I don't know, probably LDLC is like one of the fastest teams playing Terracide Inferno, but they're still a lot faster than NaVi.
You don't set the bar especially high if NaVi is your your reference point.
I guess.
I actually get that. Is there any team that actually is even remotely close to being as slow as NaVi?
It'd have to be maybe Hellraisers, who's like the closest ones, but not even they are.
Just pretty much old NaVi members.
Yeah. True enough. We've discovered a correlation here.
Yeah, there's a pattern here.
Oh, flash in. Edward, 1. Not going to get the Silicon 1. Dosha will go down as well. A lot of pressure here on Seized as he picks up the 1 kill, puts out the Molotov, and I think he realizes they're falling back. Starix gets the infos, can try and get back. Is he quick enough, though? He's got the smoke as well, and that's so big. Smoke up there with 30 seconds, making it so hard. Biggie comes through, instantly down. Keeps holding down Mouse. 1 Foxshow. He wants to get in and put the bomb down. 5 bullets left in the chamber here. Starix falls back out. What a game this is. Grenade down to 6 health, but he's still alive. Is he going to fake it? He only has a chance to fake it once, but he's going to hold it in. That's actually really bold. That could have been instant death. Fox 1-on-2. One bullet is all it takes, and he's gone. They can't line up for him, and they won't. Seized will take that kill, and NaVi will win the round. 11-11. They're going to equalize the score and put the terrorist side in a weird position. They can buy 1 AK and armor pretty much, and then rest Galils. Do you think they should?
No, absolutely not. That would be a horrible decision.
And they don't.
Yeah, luckily they go for pistols, and we can see the CZ is being picked up more and more, seeing how most of the changes to that weapon was reverted. Not really sure how to feel about that.
No.
I actually do know how to feel about that, but yeah,
Stop.
it's not great.
They're trying to
in
find
any
the
case.
balance still. Let's put it like that. Find the perfect combination. Guardian with an opening up there onto Biggie. Uzi doing actually significant damage to Seized. He's going to fall back and just try and play it safe inside. Molotov of, then smoke to follow it, and they're just trying to buy as much time as they can, essentially. Still have one more Molotov and one more smoke over here. So making their way through B is going to be a little bit tough. But if they do land a kill on Seized, then maybe that will be the opening that they need right now, Epsilon. And winning an eco round at this point would be huge for them.
Well, it's the crossfire on the B site. And C somehow gets all 3 kills despite Starix lending a hand. No, Starix gets the last one. Okay. My eyes do not deceive me.
Doja coming up from behind. That's great, and really important from Seized not to die either. Just getting the maximum out of that round. Seized already had $10,000, so it wouldn't have been a disaster, but everything counts. Now, Epsilon saves that extra round. Now they have 2 Molotovs, Foxio with an AWP, and that's all the equipment they got out of doing that save, and now they really have to make it work. They can buy next round even if they lose this one, but they need to start winning rounds here. Look at what Guardian is doing. That's pretty aggressive.
They might be able to find one player here as well. The GMX somehow knew that.
Just pre-firing. They're playing a dangerous game right now. Starix goes down, but there are still 2 more people here, and oh, I guess they realize now they're both shooting, so that's a little bit strange. Guardian ends up losing to Body. Now, this is a big opening for Epsilon. Really big opening.
Huge, in fact. I'm really surprised that Guardian missed 2 shots. One on GMX and one on Body. Yeah, you can see. Ah! Yeah.
I am not sure if there is a translation in Slovakian for all that, but maybe someone in the chat can help us.
No. I guess he was channeling his inner JW and he just couldn't get the Swede. He could not find the herring in him.
The Guardian war cry. It's not really much of a war cry, is it?
Not really, no. Let me see your war face.
Full metal jacket. Edward hiding inside pit. Doja actually getting a really important kill there on GMX, and Edward is solo on health, and he's not even going to get a chance here. Biggie's going to rotate out as well, so it's all on Doja. The stand-in. They're wrapping around through Arch, and I think Doja hears them in the last second. Fox comes in, takes a lot of damage. If he had got that instant dink, maybe he could have dealt with that situation, but now Edward is pretty much toast.
Yeah, Edward, he's doing the right thing at this point. He's backing off. Maybe looking to see if he can't find a more valuable gun to save somewhere on the map. But, like Guardian's AWP, for example, he's working his way back into apartments. This is cool. If Edward can get up into bedroom, he could be able to save that AWP, and that'd be a big win for NaVi. But they're heading over there. Look, Biggie, he's already up in apps. He's going to be camping it. Edward, you're not going to have any luck this time.
I was going to say, could he sneak in and jump out of apartments and get the quick defuse? But obviously that was no time for that. But it would have been heroic. Now, we're seeing a tied score the other way as Epsilon make a round back and get to spend some of their bank, actually quite a lot of their bank. Look at that. C's still looking alright, and I guess Edward will still be in a position to buy something if they had to lose, but everyone else won't. So that's a tricky position for NaVi. They could let Epsilon get back to like 14-12 if they lose this round, so they gotta fight it out here. And C's taking matters into his own hand, get the first 2 kills, get the follow-up shot on Foxio. Oh, through as well on Biggie. And they have the bomb. That is about as successful as a triple kill you can get on Banana, especially because he took no damage himself. What the hell? Okay. That worked.
It's alright.
Is it alright you've certified it as decent?
Yeah, it's gotten my stamp of approval.
Man, that is, that's unfortunate for Epsilon, of course. It looked like Foxio was flashed for an unreasonable amount of time. Looked like he was just kind of standing still for a very long time there. Guardian flashing his way into middle. Is going to take a quick peek. There's no AWP down there, but there are a couple of people with AKs. And Epsilon essentially deciding to force it up this round and just try and see if they can't bring it back, because they really don't want to fight NaVi with any more money or anything else. So it's go big or go home time here right now for Epsilon. And Biggie, he's already been sent packing. Next in line, Uzi's going to be there. Guardian ready if someone was going to come through, but no one will. Fox up in the apartments, but without his orb, it's just not such a cool spot anymore.
Not so much. I mean, unless you can, again, man, take a shot of schnapps and just go barreling out, he can get things done. Whoa.
Body. Good opening, and actually, look at this. He's making a lot of noise in that corner. Seized. Just alerted him to the fact that he was there. GMX picks up a kill, and now it's weirdly into a 2-on-2. And if GMX had kept running, he could have probably got Guardian as well. Unless... Oh yeah, the bomb is in the middle.
The bomb is, yeah, it's been deserted.
Pretty sure that Guardian knows it's there as well. Yep. So, at some point, GMX is going to have to run across, and yeah, he's going to get picked off fairly easily there. Now they have to worry about Foxio, who's going to be wrapping around through Arch, but we already have Edward watching their back. Timing now, and he gets it right. Very nicely done there by NaVi. And this is damning for Epsilon, because now they're out of money. They're going to have to try and keep NaVi up for that 15th round.
But do you? What do you think, man? I mean, do you try and buy this round 1 AK and like a bunch of armor Tech 9s? Or I mean, obviously we can see that they're not, but would you have preferred to do that? Now they're fighting for overtime, more or less.
I think with them forcing up the previous time around and, you know, it not being as successful as they'd hoped for, they kind of have to go with this because, well, yeah, I think they're kind of damned if they do, damned if they don't in this situation. So you're not wrong for trying to save up and go for overtime, but you're not, you know, it's not ideal to aim for overtime either, especially when you're on the, you know, less favored side of the map.
Oh man, really, really tough position right now for Epsilon to be in, because it was looking pretty good for them earlier on in this match, but now things are taking a turn for the worse, and I guess everyone who's playing right now, like all 10 players, gotta be really frustrated about all the DDoSing and everything else. I think they're all sort of mentally a little bit fatigued by that situation as well. They're trying to wrap around through Archway, and Seized is here, spraying away. He's also got his trusted buddy Guardian right next to him with the AWP. Now they line up, and Edward's going to be like, yeah, 3 kills. I'm getting all of them, and it's 3, in fact. So, 3 kills. All right, 15 to 12, moving into the 28th round. It's now or never.
It is now or never, but they do have a sizable amount of money, so they do get the op on a Foxio, and he has been the big player for Epsilon so far this game, and I think they have to rely on him to do something big again.
Really big, but can they? They're running into Seized, who's been a bit of a terror up here at Banana, and once again he opens up on GMX, following up. Starix comes charging in. Great flashbangs and everything else over here, and it's just Uzi left. Don't think he'd do much. Starix ending up with a double, Seized with a double, and that's going to be the end of it. What an impressive situation here at the end. NaVi really pulling through when it mattered the most, I guess.
Especially Seized. I think Seized at a certain point was, well, I think it was during halftime, he was quite a bit behind. The